the activity slowed down, very little land sales. And during COVID time, 2020, 2021, even lower amount of land sales. Okay, so private housing supply cut due to COVID because the government say no, construction worker have to stay during the circuit breaker, cannot go to construction site, all stay inside the dormitory. The first wave, second wave of news, those who got COVID are the construction worker. So basically, when the government say no construction activities, meaning to say there's no land sales. I already tell people cannot work, then I sell land, who will buy? So at the second half of 2020, okay, government cut the land sales tremendously. And that is why, due to the cut in land sales, there's no new supply, and the existing stock are being taken up month by month, faster than some new supply coming online. The inventory are depleting since Q1 2019 have been depleting. Okay, so now look at this table here. Okay, this is the golden period. I want you to pay attention. I have boxed it up in red. Look at Canberra Dry Parcel 8. So this is Commodore or Water Gardens. So that is the part of land. And in between March 2020 to May 2021, this 14 months period, in between, only Tanah Merah Kechil was sold. During the same 14 months, more than 10 to 12,000 units of new launches was sold, and yet you only have one piece of land, Tanah Merah Kechil, okay, that provide only a few hundred land to build a few more hundred units, okay, when you have sold more than 10,000, 12,000 units. And this is the period that we're talking about at Q4 2020. Now, Tanah Merah Kechil was sold at $930 per square feet per plot ratio. North Gaia also was sold at the same time, $576 per square feet per plot ratio. Now, after a 14 months period, only these two plots of land is being sold. What do you think the land price will be as the supply deplete? Okay, and the land finally, people are selling land again. So what will be the land price then? So in Q2 2021, that means after this period area, so in between this 14 months, only these two plots of land was sold. And then after that, we will look at Q2 2021. Okay, we come back to Ang Mo Kio Avenue 1. So first time in history, OCR land cost $1,000. Ang Mo Kio Avenue 1 land price was at 1,118. Then at the same time, when this land is sold, Tengah was also sold. Okay, Tengah EC was land to build Tengah Garden Walk EC. The land is at 603 PSF per plot ratio. This is another record high. During this period, actually, I did a consumer seminar, and I predict this is just the beginning. The land price will continue to escalate. So in a quarter's time, a few months later, this is in May 2021, in July 2021, meaning to say is another 2 months later, this is what we see. Okay, this is Tengah Garden Walk and this Tengah Garden Walk and this Ang Mo Kio area. We see developer is really hungry for the land. So half a year ago, actually we predicted, because we already see the take-up rate is much faster than the supply rate, and the inventory is depleting. So we are very sure the land price actually will shoot up. So in August 2020, I did a consumer seminar. I accurately predict at the Q2, this is what will happen. And I predict that it will raise even further. So what will happen next? Okay, developer hunger for land cause a few plot of land to be sold much higher than what they used to be. So you look at the median price. The land price on the average shoot up something between 11 to 14% during this period of time. And there's Ang Mo Kio Avenue is the one that suddenly crossed $1,000 in OCR and hit $1,118 per square feet for OCR land. And when you think this is one-off, this is because going to be a wild time. Oh, you are wrong, because it continued to increase, because the inventory continue to drop, and the land that is coming to market is not fast enough. So what will happen next? Q3 2021, okay, 2 months after what we see 𝗂𝚘and 𝗘𝗖 Garden Walk. What's next? We see Lentor Central, okay, and this piece of land was at Lentor Central was at $104 per square foot per plot ratio for OCR land. Oh my God, the other plot just crossed 1,000 by more than 10%, and now move up another 10% from 1,001 become 1,002. And at the same time, there's another plot EC land also sold, and this time it hit $658.90 per square foot for plot ratio for EC land. So that is what I have predicted earlier, because in Q2 this 2021, I have predicted in the EC land in the next couple of years will be between $650 to $680 per square foot. So just after I have shared a few weeks later, then it came out to be almost $660 per square foot per plot ratio for EC land. And if you actually look at EC land, let's study the EC land pattern. Okay, those EC land that was sold, okay, in before 2016, anything below 2016 for a long period of time, okay, for a couple of years, it was selling at $300+ per square foot. Only Lake Life crossed 400. The rest of the EC land is around 300+ per square foot. The last plot, the last plot was let me see. The last plot was okay, 𝗘𝗖 Residence by 𝗏𝗘 yes, Choa Chu Kang Avenue 5, the one below here, was sold below $300 per square feet. So last time EC land is 300+ per square feet before 2016 land sales, up to 2016 land sales before 2017. Now, during this period, the last plot, River Cove, the selling price, because 2017, the land was awarded in 2016, it was sold at 2018, okay, 1718, 15 months later, April 2018, it was launched. It was sold at $880 per square foot. People say crazy, record high, can sell or not? It was sold out in 3 months' time. In less than 3 months, fully sold. So the next plot of land they came, that means EC land that was on sale, is Sumang Walk. So Sumang Walk, what does it mean? This is 𝚘𝚘 So when 𝚘𝚘 land was sold at $580 per square foot. People say crazy, EC land shoot up $200 per square feet. Is almost like you're saying that it shoot up 40% compared to old price. Okay, so this whole period, okay, after 𝚘𝚘 Sumang Walk, all the EC land here is transacted between $550 to $580 per square feet. Now, North Gaia is the last one that is within this range. Okay, the upcoming North Gaia is the last one within this price range. Okay, after that, what happened? 𝗘𝗏 Garden Walk come out to be 603, and this Tampines Street 62 is 5659. Okay, and the latest news, just less than 2 weeks ago, the latest government land sales, you realize that Bukit Batok West Avenue 8 EC was 662. So 662, that is between what I have predicted, that this year and next year, we are going to see EC land being transacted between $650 to $680 per square feet per plot ratio range. So this is the one that is going to be the new price. Compared to what we're going to see in North Gaia very soon, okay, this is more than 10% more expensive than North Gaia. So it's almost like 15%. Okay, so the land price is already big difference. Okay, likely anything that you will see in next year, not now, next year, when all these these EC projects start to launch, probably it will be $100 per square feet more than North Gaia. Okay, so when we already see there's an uptrend. Those who bought earlier compared to those bought later, likely, okay, those upcoming one is going to be higher. So to me, I'm very, very confident that the land prices will continue to raise, the property prices will continue to shoot up due to cost increase. Not that developer want to make exceptional profit. Actually, the developer is not happy. Their profit margin is still the same. But because the cost go up, they have to sell higher. And even at dairy farm, OCR, condo site, not near the MRT station, the latest land sales is at $980 per square feet per plot ratio. Now, break even will be somewhere around 1,500. Minimum, they have to sell around 1,800. So $1,008 per square feet for OCR project that's not near the MRT. Now, this is the kind of price we need to suck it, okay? We really need to suck thumb and accept it. And this will be the kind of land prices that we will see in the next 1 year. Okay, so next year we're going to see all these housing price at record high, and especially by the second half of this year, in the Q3, Q4, when Ang-Mo-Kio everyone start to launch, Lentor Central start to on, it will be a new price range, price point compared to what we are seeing now. And when you think that it don't move, later part of this year, you will take example from Pyrmont, when suddenly jumped so much, like not moving, but Pyrmont sell very well during the launch, and subsequently all the EC also sell very well. So it doesn't mean that new price range cannot sell. But those who have entered earlier will benefit because the developer have bought at a lower land price, lower construction cost. They are able to sell you at a lower price. Okay, so always before a new price point, developer is very cautious not to challenge the new price point, but the price will definitely be slightly higher than what you see in the last 2 years, okay? But it will definitely be cheaper than what we'll see in a year's time. Okay, so with all this in place, we know it's very difficult, okay, for housing price to come down in the next couple of years, okay? And the next thing that affects land price is government policy. Now, government policy, cooling measures, yes, 16 December. What does it mean? What is the implication? So let's look at some important implication. First thing, we know ABS rate raise. So ABS rate increase tremendously, means more people tend to sell and rent first. Without selling to buy, they have to pay high ABSD. Okay, and cooling measure, however, does not affect first timer. Okay, and especially HDB owner also minimum impact, and because MSR is not affected, only TDSR is affected. So majority of private property owner transactions do not involve ABSD, so still not so bad. So most people anyway don't pay the ABSD, but there's a growing trend. People want to rent first. That if they're buying new launch, they might need to consider to rent first. Okay, and the maximum loan, okay, when the TDSR threshold is being affected, okay, this will means that people still can buy, but they have to buy a bit cheaper one. They cannot go for the high value one. So however, for EC, because the most important factors that determine it is not TDSR, the most important factor is MSR. Okay, so MSR is not affected. So EC buyer majority are not affected unless they have a lot of other debts, because EC is subject to both MSR and TDSR. Okay, but MSR is the tighter one for EC and is not affected. Then, for example, for a 1.3 million property buyer, okay, with existing property, we have to pay very, very high ABSD, and this is a very big increase compared to before 15 December 2021. Okay, and this increase in ABSD will incentivize buyers to sell their existing property first. So that's why renter have been hitting a record high level in the last 6 years. Is the highest level in the last 6 years. So the other thing about government policy is also EC policy. Now EC is very funny. Okay, EC, people who have HDB flat, before they sell, they buy EC, they don't need to upfront, don't need to pay ABSD. So this is a favorable policy. Okay, and the deferred payment scheme means that the client can choose not to rent. Okay, they choose a deferred payment scheme. Okay, they can stay until TOP, then they sell their HDB flat. So this actually save them a lot of hassle to move 2 times, and also save on rental. So only EC got this official deferred payment scheme. Unofficial one is private tricky methods. For some of the above with unit cannot sell. So currently it's not so fashionable. The only legal so-called the correct deferred payment scheme, only EC have it. So the next thing is a bank loan. Although you have an existing loan, if you buy a EC, okay, it's still considered first housing loan. Although your current housing loan you still have for a HDB. So something very different compared to private property. So these are favorable EC policies that actually makes EC very attractive at this moment of time. So as long as they sign an undertaking form, okay, that they will sell their existing flat, the bank, upon seeing this form being signed, can grant the 75% loan even if there's outstanding HDB loan. So let's come to the 3 reasons why EC is something not to be considered at this point of time in the market. Okay, I'm going to show you 3 good reasons. First thing, it is the most affordable. Okay, if let's say the client do not want to overstretch themselves with a lot of money installment, they want something that more or less the husband and wife CPF, a contribution per month in the OA more or less cover majority of it. With a small top up, they are okay, and not the very, very big loan. Okay, I just want to show you this. If you use ERA Pro, now if you use ERA Pro, the filter, the search function in ERA Pro, you'll find that if you search for 3-bedroom within 1.5 million, you'll realize the whole Singapore, okay, only Water Gardens have something, okay, and they don't have a lot. They only have 13 units. Parc Residence only got 1, almost 1.5 million. Now, the cheapest 3-bedroom private property new launch you can get is at least 1.39 million. My gut feel is Water Garden and Parc will be sold out, okay, in the next 1 or 2 months. Completely, anything below 1.5 you cannot find any. Okay, because that's the cheapest in the market, almost no stock already. Then the next thing that we will look at is what other projects that have. Okay, in Provence and Parc Greenwich, you still have 2 units and 9 units. So you realize that EC, you still can buy, you can still get a 3-bedroom EC less than 1.3 million. So if your client do not want to take a very big loan, okay, one monthly installment that is digestible, okay, you will realize that if only the budget can only go up to 1.3 million, okay, then EC is the only option. Because in the market, very soon, private 3-bedroom have to be above 1.5 million. You can't find anything less than 1.5 million very, very soon. Only EC, you can get a 3-bedroom below 1.3 million. Okay, so let's look at the stock also. Now, EC, we say so good. Now, is there something, then why don't we push the existing EC? You realize since the price range of land price between 550 to 580, this period, first one is Pyrmont, okay, Parc Canberra, Ola, these 2 are 100%. Pyrmont Grand, Parc Canberra are fully sold as per 2 days ago, 3 days ago, when I do a search. Okay, on 15 March, I did a search. I realized that 2 days ago, I did a search. I find that they are 100% sold. Ola left last 3 units. Parc Central also fully sold. Provence left 3 units overall, only 3 units. And Parc Greenwich, which is not too long ago, earlier this year only. Then not too long ago, only have the last 21 units. So if you add up, the whole market only have probably 36 units. The whole Singapore market, okay, new EC only left 36 units. So what do you think about the upcoming one? Are you excited? Okay, temporary, there's no stock. EC, there's no stock. You want to buy EC? The upcoming one, compared to what is going to come out next and the following and the following and following. The upcoming one, North Gaia, have the lowest land price. So likely, okay, the selling price will be the lower compared to whatever you see in the next few projects. Okay, so First, most affordable. Second, really, it is great timing. Okay. First thing first, why I say it's a great timing to buy EC, because present housing price to income ratio is still below historical average. That means the price point now, based on the present income of Singaporean, okay, the price point now is still a good time to enter. Okay, the prices is affordable. The demand is at record high, strong demand. Okay, record low supply, record high demand, record low supply, still affordable, and it will be a discount to the next year EC price. I'm very sure it will be a discount if you compare the next year EC price. If you compare in the past, of course, it's a different thing. You can't buy back chicken rice at $2. Now it's $3.50 already. You have to pay $3.50. All right. And it is also a choice option. Why? Now, with all the cooling measures now, upgrading to private property is not easy, especially in the OCR. Basically, the private property have no stock. You want to buy a 3-bedroom below 1.3, 1.5 million, you really almost cannot find. If you want to buy, quickly go and buy the last few water garden and see, no more already. No need to think already, no more already. Okay? There's no upfront ABSD that you need to pay. There's an official deferred payment scheme so that your client do not need to rent in the in-between. It's always considered a first loan, although you have an outstanding loan, and you enter at a great entry price. Really? So the 3 reasons I'm going to share with you. First is most affordable. If you want a good size room for your family to stay, okay, EC is most affordable. The timing is perfect. It is a great choice, okay, based on present policy to consider EC.